Hello Master Traders, this is Jay Lakhani, your Forex educator from bindalFX, and it is Saturday 18th of March 2017. In this video tutorial, I'm going to be telling you how you can achieve trading mastery using the Bindal Momentum indicator. And when you use this with absolute discipline, there is a probability of you achieving a success rate of more than 80% and also a risk reward of more than 1 to 3, i.e. risking £1 to make £3 and more. Very briefly about me, I'm a professional trader, mentor, and author with over 25 years trading experience. This is the book which I've authored, Forex Mastery, A Child's Play, which is available from Amazon.com. Secondly, I have devised this indicator here, which is the Bindal Momentum, and I shall be covering a little bit more about this in this video tutorial. Basically, in this tutorial, I would like to focus on how you can avoid trading when there is absolutely no trend, i.e. it is just moving sideways. And one of the way you can actually filter this sideways movement out is by using the Bindal 1 to 3 indicator. It automatically plots the W patterns and the M patterns. So let's say, for example, we are looking at this scenario here, and this is Wall Street 30 Dow Jones. Firstly, if we look at the big move to the downside, and right at the end, what you see is a W pattern. Now, that is a potential bullish reversal. So I'm always looking for such patterns, and once that happens, you're looking for a break of resistance. And then I would like to see this Bindal trigger line change from red to green, because there's no way I would be looking to buy unless this Bindal trigger line is bullish. And once it changes color, what you see is it's sort of like going sideways. And I would like to see a break of the sideways movement. Also at the same time, observe what the pivots are telling you. Here, as you can see, there is a bit of resistance at the red pivot. These pivots are unique Bindal pivot points. They are proprietary indicator. And once we find that resistance, you really want to avoid trading this until you have got some degree of certainty. Once the pivot breaks, it goes up and you focus on the price action, and it's actually created a higher high. The Bindal ribbon is blue and bullish, and the trigger line is bullish as well. It goes up to the green pivot, find some resistance, but the key point here is the price action has created a higher high. I would like to wait for a pullback back to as close to the trigger line as possible, and then once you get a break of 0.2 and 0.3, you fire and up it goes. It's very important that when you take a trade, it must be a low risk, high probability trade. You must have a V-shaped 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this is a very good example of a V-shaped 1, 2, 3. That's your point 1, point 2, and point 3. And the V-shaped is formed when you get a break of point 2 and point 3. And this should be your entry point, as close to the trigger line as possible, and the ribbon all falling down. Also here, observe this M pattern. Yeah. Now, normally, the Bindal indicator, the 1, 2, 3 indicator, will actually draw these patterns for you. But, you could have candle patterns or bar. But if you were to just flip and move over to the line chart, it is easily visible. So as you can see, this is a nice M pattern. And when you actually get an M pattern, I'm looking for a short trade, a W. I'm looking for a long trade. As simple as that. Your 1, 2, 3s must be V-shaped, or for short, it must be inverse V-shaped. Yeah. The key here is your entry must be as close to the trigger line as possible, and the Bindal momentum bars must be bullish. I'm looking for at least 2 of the bars minimum to be bullish for longs, and at least 2 of them to be bearish for shorts. Obviously, more the better. Once you get all 4 bars bullish, expect a nice move to the upside. So you are trading in conjunction with the Bindal trigger line, Bindal momentum, the ribbon, and the Bindal alert, which actually gives out the arrows. And once you've got confluences of indicators, expect a near 80% success rate. The key point is the stops has to be just below the trigger line here, and that's why I'm looking for a risk reward of more than 1 to 3. You got to take incremental profits. Mostly I break the position into 3 lots, TP1, meaning take profit 1, 2, and 3. And often my TP1 is equivalent to the stops. And after your TP1 has been achieved, basically there is very little risk. And often you can run your TP2s for a free run, or if you have got 3 positions, TP2 and TP3, it basically runs for a very minimal risk. You got to observe the price action at the pivot points. I really like the green and the yellow pivots. Often when we see a break of these, expect a big move up. So here, as you can see, is I've got number of pivots there, the red, the green, aqua, the yellow, and the magenta. And once the price goes above all of them, expect a really nice move to the upside. And most importantly, manage your trades, cut your losses, and let the winners run. Big monies are made not by snatching profits, but it's to manage it, cut the losses. If the trade is not doing what you expect it to do, get the hell out of it. Don't stay in, don't pray, okay? Just trade the price action. and do not snatch the profits. If the ribbon is going up, up and up, it's in your favor, and the trigger line is bullish, you've got to stay in. That is very, very, very important. Again, moving on, the same chart here, I've actually put it onto a candle, but really trying to illustrate this 1, 2, 3. That's your 1, 2, 1, 3, and that's an inverse V. And see how we get support at the pivots, and you also get support at the trigger line, how it breaks the green and stays above the ribbon, and also look at the W formation here. Price moves up very nicely, and obviously you are trailing your stops, and as you can now see, I've now got a very good 1, 2, 3, and the Bindal Momentum now has turned short. Okay, so B1 is red. The key point I'm focusing on is the trigger line here, and B2 has gone red as well. And as soon as you get a break of 0.2 and 0.3, you fire, take on the trade there, and down she goes there. Okay, so see how important the chart patterns are. The 1, 2, 3s are V-shaped, for bullish W-shaped, and for bearish is M-shaped. Also very important that you trade in the direction of these bars. When it is red, you've got to be looking for shorts. When it is green, you've got to be looking for longs, and you've got to watch what the trigger line's telling you. Trigger line is green, I'm long. Trigger line is red, I'm short. So the only thing you need to add onto this is the 1, 2, 3 patterns and entry as close to the trigger line as possible. I mean, here it is short, but can you enter? Yes, you can, but will it be a low risk, high probability? No, it won't. A low risk, high probability trade is when the entry is as close to the trigger line as possible. So see, when my entry is here, my stop's just gonna be above the 0.3, just above the trigger line. So often I'm getting away with something like 10 to 12 pip stop loss, and aiming to get more than 30 to 40 pips. Okay, often I could end up getting as much as 100 pip on that. And as the price progresses, observe the price action, and here it is, as you can see, a nice W pattern that was formed at the close of play, and this is something I would be focusing on Monday. And basically for longs, I'll be looking to see whether I have a trend change on the Bindal trigger line here. Once that turns to green and I have a 1, 2, 3 above it, I shall be looking for longs. On the other hand, if I find resistance at the trigger, resistance at the green and the yellow, then definitely it's a case of shorts, shorts, and shorts. Again, looking at another chart, again it's the same formation here, and what we are looking at is say a W formation, potential trend change. Okay, and the trigger line here is red, so I'm not going to be jumping to try and outsmart the market and enter long, because at this stage, as you can see, B1 is red, B2 is red, although the longer term B3 and B4 are bullish. I'm waiting for price to break the trigger line. After it breaks the trigger line, I'm looking for a 1, 2, 3 setup. A break of 0.2 and 0.3, and by that time B1, B2, B3 and B4 are all bullish, and it can be very, very powerful once you trade with confluences of indicators. And that's been a nice run, good juicy profits, and then you have a break of the trigger line, and you wait for a pullback back to the trigger line. The trigger line changes from green to red, and you basically enter a trade here and all the way down. And you see, by this time all your Bindal Momentum indicators are red, and that was a nice move to the downside. So look at that, the potential is massive here, and your stops are just above the 0.3, or you can have it at just above the 0.1. Personally, I prefer to have as tight stop as possible. I like to risk as little as possible, and I'm aiming to get a risk reward of 1 to 3 minimum. Okay, often when the trend is underway, you can get as much as 1 to 8 and more. Okay, so that is how powerful the Bindal Momentum system with the 1 to 3 is. And moving on is, if anybody are interested in the Bindal Momentum indicator, feel free to visit our website info, or email me at info@forexforyou.net, and visit our website www.forexforyou.net. I hope that this video tutorial has been of help to you. Any queries, questions, drop me an email. God bless, happy trading, and keep banking those massive pips. Trading mastery is a child's play. Despite that, 90% traders lose money. That need not be the case. But anybody with a powerful system like this, having that age, having that mental fitness, are waiting for this 90% to give you their hard-earned cash. So, are you in the mode of receiving this money from them? God bless and happy trading.